Comparing pretty much any Android phone to an iPhone on YouTube is usually a bit of a slippery slope, especially when an Android phone comes from Samsung. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the best of the best from Apple and Samsung in the simplest yet most thorough way possible. Kicking things off with hardware and design, both devices are very well built. I really like the extra solid feel of the Max's stainless steel frame. It is very premium, but there is no denying it is a pretty wide and hefty phone. While there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, the S10 Plus is a good amount easier to hang on to and use one-handed thanks to its lighter and skinnier frame. As far as their displays go, you're looking at two of the absolute best panels to ever grace a pair of smartphones. The iPhone's 6.5-inch OLED display is crisp, it's very bright, and a bit more color accurate, while the Galaxy's 6.4-inch dynamic AMOLED display provides versatility, higher resolution, and better color reproduction. To me, it's really hard to say which panel is better. Some like the vibrant, saturated look of the S10 Plus, while others prefer the more natural look of the XS Max. Now, of course, we can't forget about the notch and the camera cutout. While I personally prefer the camera cutout, I can see why people prefer the notch, saying it's because it's at least symmetrical and the cutout is equally as distracting. But after a year of phones with notches, it's nice to have a new look. Plus, it's kind of fun taking advantage of the cutout with wallpapers, battery rings, and notifications. Each phone has its own set of additional features, like the iPhone's signature mute switch, its far superior haptics, better, fuller sounding speakers, and the Galaxy's faster charging speeds, ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, Wi-Fi 6 capabilities, expandable storage, headphone jack, and more universal USB-C port. Next, let's talk performance in everyday use. The S10 Plus's Snapdragon 855 paired with 8GB of RAM have proven to be excellent, and they provide a very fast, smooth, and powerful experience. But there's something to be said about the XS Max's A12 Bionic chip and just how well optimized it is. It has better overall performance numbers, and navigation is just smoother, more fluid, and it earns the label butter, while the S10 Plus earns the label swift. If I'm being honest, the biggest differences you'll see will be on paper with benchmark scores. Other than that, unless you've got both phones side by side and you're counting the milliseconds it takes to open and switch between apps, I don't think you'll notice a big difference, as again, they are both fast, powerful, and can easily take on daily tasks. With such big, bright displays, battery life to me is a bigger deal. While the XS Max's 3174 mAh battery can get me through a day of moderate use, and it does an excellent job at sipping battery while not in use, the S10 Plus's massive 4100 mAh battery provides some of the best, most consistent battery life I've gotten on a smartphone yet. We're talking 6.5 to 7 hours of screen on time versus around 5 to 5.5 on the XS Max. Before we get into the cameras, I just wanted to take a quick moment to thank Skillshare for supporting the channel. Skillshare is this awesome site dedicated to helping people learn and to boost their creativity. With over 25,000 classes spread across categories such as design, photo and film, technology, entrepreneurship, gaming, marketing, and much more, you'll be sure to find something that suits you, and you don't have to be tied down to your computer to take advantage of this great content. You can take classes with you using their app for mobile devices. Interact and collab with the community, create projects, and share with people what you've got. Sharpen your skills for things like video editing, which is something I'm definitely going to try out. Just over $8 a month on an annual plan will get you complete unlimited access to their full library of classes, which I think is an incredible deal. But not only that, the first 500 of you that use that link down below in the description will get a free 2-month trial, so make sure you hop on that as quickly as you can. Now let's take a look at those cameras. I'll go ahead and toss up some pictures. So which camera experience is better? Well, in an effort to not make this video 20 minutes long, I'll sum it up like this. For regular everyday shots, both main cameras have their strengths and their weaknesses. They'll go back and forth on which phone gets the better result, and oftentimes, since they're both so good, it'll come down to which picture you prefer. Same thing goes for selfies and sometimes even video. But if I'm handing out awards, I'll give the nod to the XS Max for taking videos and for taking portrait shots. But overall, I'll have to give it to the S10 Plus for its close-up and low-light results, versatility thanks to its ultra-wide-angle lens, and its more broad feature set. Getting into software and features, this one's a bit tough because we are talking about iOS versus Android after all. Samsung's One UI is jam-packed with features. Features, features, and more features. Everywhere you look, there's some sort of tweak or adjustment that you can do to really make the user experience better and more to your liking. And this goes beyond launchers and icon packs. iOS, on the other hand, is more simple and minimal, but it does have features of its own, some of which are better than the Galaxy counterparts. Things like Siri shortcuts, Memoji, messaging, and file sharing with other devices are better than what the Galaxy can offer. While the Galaxy has pretty much every trick in the book, like a dark mode, and even the ability to wirelessly charge other devices, not everyone wants or even needs all of what One UI and Android have to offer. This, as usual, boils down to personal taste. Some other things to note are both forms of device security. The Galaxy has multiple ways to lock and secure itself. You can use a passcode, a password, a pattern, you can use your face, and of course, your fingerprint. The iPhone uses a passcode in conjunction with Face ID. That's it. And honestly, that's kind of all it needs. It's reliable and secure, and it's less finicky than the ultrasonic fingerprint reader. Sure, the Galaxy has Face Unlock too. It's even faster and more convenient, but it's far less secure. Look, what I'm not going to do is tell you which one is the better phone, but what I can say is which one I think is the better buy. And if you're deciding between the two, I think you should go for the Galaxy S10 Plus. And no, it's not just because it runs Android. It just has a lot more to offer across the board. Not only is it the more versatile device with all of the things that I've already mentioned, it comes in more color options, it's got double the storage in its base model and nearly double the storage in its top-end model at a whopping 1 terabyte. If you're already in or close to being immersed into the Apple ecosystem, the XS Max is the obvious choice. It is $100 more, and it's not like you can't have an Android phone alongside other Apple tech, but with the iPhone, your devices will work together beautifully. If you're not heavily involved in Apple's ecosystem, the XS Max is still a great option, not to mention iPhone resale value is top-notch, no pun intended, but you are getting more for your money with the S10 Plus. If you're still having a tough time deciding, head over to the store, check both phones out, and see which one fits you the best. While I enjoy using the XS Max, I do prefer the S10 Plus. Big surprise, right? Over the years, I've been more and more open to using iPhones. They really are great devices, and with iOS 13 on the way, it looks like it's going to add on a good amount to the iPhone's feature set. But Samsung's got something special here with the S10 Plus. It does it all. Either way, both are top-of-the-line premium smartphones that have tough arguments as for which one is better. It's just up to you which one is better for you. Let us know your thoughts on these two devices down below. As always, we love to see your feedback. Anyway, that does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to hit that like button. Subscribe to the Android Police channel if you are new. I will talk to you guys later, and thank you so much for watching.